Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Bat Around. I'm your host, Paul Valley. With me from Pigtown Sports, he is Zach Moore. And like you said, Tavares strikes out with first and second and nobody out in the ninth inning. Orioles trying to mount a comeback here, down 4-1. They've been pretty lifeless all of Game 2, but certainly not lifeless when it counted in the bottom of the ninth in Game 1 as Colton Cowser hits the walk-off home run on an inexplicable fastball down the middle 0-2 from Kenley Jansen to Colton Cowser. The one pitch that Colton Cowser can handle, and he gets the cookie and mashes it 440 feet. Here's the most worthless player on the front. And look at that. Do you have the game on?
No. So they did say that was the first walk-off home run on an 0-2 count with 2 outs since 2008.
Yeah. Impressive home run from Cowser. I think we all thought he was striking out there with 2 strikes. And he just mashes them 440 feet.
It took some off, too.
Yeah. Meanwhile, here's Tyler O'Neill, the most useless player on the roster, the worst player on the roster, and arguably the worst free agent signing in the history of the Baltimore Orioles. And
do you think Cedric Mullins would have been better for this baseball team than Tyler O'Neill?
At least he can play defense.
Yeah.
O'Neill's defense has been okay, but and I think he's actually got about a similar slash line to Cedric Mullins right now. But I mean, 2-1 if he hits a home run here,
I'll still hate him.
It will be the second thing that he's ever done for this team, and the first being the 3-run homer in the third game of the series of the year, the third game of the year. There's some shirtless dudes at Camden Yards. Every other team has like a section of like 50 guys with their shirts off. We have 8 guys. Oh, strike 3. No way. Tyler O'Neill still sucks. Get this man off my team.
That's 2 for 40 now? Is that left-handed?
No, he's right-handed.
Oh, okay. Don't worry about that.
2 for 39.
Yeah.
2 for 39 against left-handed pitching this year. And I think last year he hit 151 against left-handed pitching for this team. This guy, get him off my roster.
Yeah, I mean, just like you and I were just talking about before the game, he's also 1 for 13 pinch hitting against a lefty, too, since last year.
Yeah.
With 5 strikeouts.
And now you can't pinch hit Kobe Mayo here because he had the back spasm, so he's out. So now it's Blaze. You need a 3-run homer. He has no home runs this year. You're not getting a 3-run homer from Blaze. God, what are you swinging at?
Yeah. I wish I could honestly pull it up from like every single game, but the best I could do was just see like what they've done against left-handed starters last year, because we always know that they're let's be completely honest, they're shit lineups against left-handed starters. Completely printed out of ChatGPT. I'm just going to throw that out there because I'm that mad about these lineups. But since a left-handed starter since last year, they've got a 675 OPS. Like, you're legitimately bringing guys onto this team just to face lefties, a la Tyler O'Neill, and they have a 675 OPS.
Yeah.
You consistently start or sit your best 9 just to face against lefties, and you're hitting a 675 OPS, right? You're hitting 227 as a team. Yeah, cool, they've hit 73 home runs last year, but that's in almost 2,260 at-bats. Just 73 home runs. Again, 675 OPS. Stop with the stupid-ass lineups. Excuse my French. It doesn't work. It's a failed product. It's a failed model. Please put your best 9 out there every night. I don't care what side they throw from. I don't care if they throw underhanded. Put your best damn 9 out there and see what they can do.
100%. 100%. And Blaze Alexander just struck out to end the game. The Orioles lose Game 3, 4-1. 3 hits.
3 strikeouts in a row with a guy on first and second, no outs.
And second.
Excellent baseball right there.
First and second, nobody out. 3 straight Ks. 3 straight Ks. I mean, they don't. I mean, who are you going to pinch hit there? I mean, you've got to have Tavares. The fact that Tyler O'Neill.
It wasn't even their closer.
Yeah, the fact that Tyler O'Neill pinch hit for Colton Cowser in the 6th inning today, 7th inning today,
because a lefty came out.
And this isn't to say that Cowser is a world beater. We know my feelings on Cowser. We know how bad he's been. But, Tyler O'Neill's been worse. If it's possible to be worse than Kowser has been this year, Tyler O'Neill has been worse. I've got a cat literally right at my feet. I can't scoot any closer to the damn desk. But man, we said it. Well, first off, today's show brought to you by Help My Gambling Problem. If you or a loved one has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit helpmygamblingproblem.org for free confidential services. That's 1-800-GAMBLER or visit helpmygamblingproblem.org for free confidential services. Today's show also brought to you by Warnkin Law. When you need results in Baltimore, you don't play small ball. If you've been hurt in a crash, call 443-RESULTS or visit warnkinlaw.com. That's 443-RESULTS or visit warnkinlaw.com. We said on this show last week that this next stretch of games for the Orioles was going to make or break their season. Literally said it, starting with Tampa Bay, and they immediately lose 16-6 to Tampa Bay. They finally score more than 3 runs in a game, and they lose 16-6. That started a 3-game sweep, including giving up 4 runs in the bottom of the 8th of Game 3 when you're leading 3-1 to turn a 3-1 lead into a 5-3 loss. You come home, you get some home cooking versus Detroit. 2 homers, 4 doubles to take down the Tigers in Game 1. You get the Gunnar home run, the Kowser walk-off 3-run shot in the bottom of the 9th in Game 2. Tigers take a 4-3 victory, a 4-1 victory in the nightcap. Sweeping a doubleheader is hard, so it doesn't bother me that the Orioles didn't win that game. I would have liked them to show more life, and it would have been really awesome if they could have somehow found a way to win that game. But again, first and second, nobody out to start that inning, and then 3 straight strikeouts. Like,
yeah.
Do you feel good about taking 2 or 3 out of against Detroit, who's been awful, or is it like, well, they were literally 1 strike away from losing 2 out of 3 and getting swept in this doubleheader?
Look, a win's a win, but yeah, you're 1 strike away. It wasn't a great series. This team struggles to score runs against starting pitching, and then just still sucked today. There's no sugarcoating that. Today they went 11.2 innings against starters with just 4 hits, 2 earned, 5 walks, 8 Ks.
Right.
And I mean, look, I thought Melton threw the ball fairly well. I felt like Framber Valdez put the ball over the plate a lot and should have probably. And this is why other teams have hammered him all year. We just didn't. And they waited to the last inning like normal. I don't know why this team can't hit starting pitching, but they're constantly in a hole. Like, you take away our starting pitching out of it, you're just in a hole because you can't score the first 5 innings usually.
Yeah.
It's not a winning pedigree for baseball. No, you're basically putting your starter and you're saying, like, hey, dude, we can't have you make a mistake for the first 5 innings. Like, we have to play perfect baseball. You have to throw the ball perfect for the first 5 innings, or we're likely going to lose this game. And I don't know what the hell to do with the offense.
Dude, it's so funny. My best friend, he and I text during, like, I was at his house the first game today with our daughters were playing, and then we text during every game that we're not, like, watching together. He literally just texted me not even 5 minutes ago. They need to release O'Neill. What a shitty way to end that game. 2 walks and then 3 strikeouts in a row. Literally what we just said. And like, this team, and we also said the same thing about Framber. He had a lot of 3-ball counts in Game 1, and they just couldn't get anything done. We were both like, there's nothing that he's thrown today that has looked great.
I think he threw like 2 sliders that were okay. Most of them were frisbees. You're just swinging through them.
There was nothing that I saw from Framber in Game 1 that made me think, oh, this guy should be shutting them down today. He just looked like a guy out there, and they couldn't get anything done. Gunnar hits the home run. But again, you don't start Basayo. You don't start Holliday. You don't start Kowser, which is whatever, because Kowser's not very good anyway. But you don't start those guys because you've got a lefty on the mound. And analytics this, analytics that, I firmly believe you play your best 9. 150 games out of 162. You play your best 9. Guys need rest, right?
Yeah.
But you shouldn't be sitting multiple of your best in the same game because they both happen to hit left-handed and there's a left-handed starter. How many times did Rafael Palmeiro sit out against a left-handed pitcher?
Like
Randy Johnson, and that's it. Yeah. Anytime they faced Randy Johnson, and he was usually in that game as soon as Randy was out.
Yeah.
You know, like Brady wasn't the player that Palmeiro was. Brady played every single day. I am so sick of this. Guys play. If you want versatility on your roster, I understand that, but I would love to have just a third baseman and just a second baseman. and just a left fielder,
every
center
day.
fielder, right fielder that plays every day, and put your 9 best guys in the lineup. Your backup catcher. The Orioles have 2 of the best catchers in baseball on their roster, so that's a different story. Okay, but your utility infielder shouldn't be playing left field on Tuesday, third base on Wednesday, second base on Thursday, and then right field on Saturday.
Yeah.
Like roster flexibility and versatility is a great thing, but you have 9 guys that should play every damn day.
Yeah.
Play them.
Yep.
Play them. And then we have this whole thing with Ben McDonald saying, I don't care if you throw 102.
Let me stop real quick, because I got a raid over here from Birdland Watcher. Thank you guys for coming over. And then my wife's texting me. My daughter wanted me to tell her good night because I wasn't able to put her to bed tonight. So good night, Holly. I didn't want to just keep going too long because I know she's got to go to bed. But good night, sweetheart. See you in the morning kind of thing. Thank you all for coming over in the raid. But yes, yeah, I completely agree with Ben. I mean, you can get back to that. Ben, yeah.
I don't care if you throw 102. I'm sorry, I don't care if you hit the ball hard if it gets called. I don't care if you have an elite spin rate on your curveball if you're bouncing it 3 feet in front of home plate. He's like, I'm tired of analytics. It's all eyewash at this point. Go out there. The Orioles, the fundamental aspects of the game, they don't do well. They don't hit. They don't pitch. They don't play good defense. What Pete Alonso did in Game 1 today. It was the 2 runs that Brandon Young gave up. Yep. And look, it's a smart play, but if you're gonna do it, you better damn well execute. And not only does
that's not the ball to do it on though. It wasn't a high bop that was going straight down. No, it was kind of a line drive that was coming down. You knew that was going to take a bad hop. Like you have to read the ball when you're going to make a play like that. The balls you do that on are the ones that are literally coming straight down, and when they hit, they're going to go maybe 2 feet away, maybe.
And to play it from the side, to play it from the backhand,
right,
instead of squaring up in front of it so that it has no chance to get by you. If you're going to do that, I don't mind you doing that if you execute. But not only does he not field the ball, it gets 8 feet behind him. Mm-hmm. He goes to pick it up, and he throws the ball away. Yeah. Now, look, I think Jeremiah Jackson's got to pick that ball.
Yes. An average Major League second baseman makes that play.
Right. And that just goes to show that Jeremiah Jackson's not an everyday player.
No.
And do you think Holliday picks that ball? Probably. I think Holliday probably picks that ball.
He's got more of a chance, I would say that.
Yeah.
I do want to read a comment here from Andrew Wortman. He says, I don't think the ball carried very well today. I felt like a few of them against Valdez should have gone out. That's the thing. This team does not adjust when the weather temperatures drop. And that's why they fail in October, too. Because they're constantly swinging for the fence, and they're constantly thinking this ball is going to go out. And what does happen? It keeps going out to the damn warning track. We saw it against Kansas City in the playoffs with Jordan Westberg. They cannot make an adjustment. Mm-hmm. It drives me insane. It's okay to hit a frickin' single in the big leagues. It really is okay. With Pete Alonso hitting those balls out there today, you know what? I paid him to do that. That's fine. Blaze Alexander should not be swinging and trying to pimp a ball that gets caught on the warning track. Make an adjustment. Realize the ball's not traveling today. I mean, I think we found that out pretty early in Game 1. Make an adjustment. No, they just want to keep swinging for the damn fence. Drives me nuts.
Yeah.
And even if somehow, some God's grace, they made the postseason this year, they're not going to score any runs because why? Because it's 60 freaking degrees in October usually, sometimes lower. Like you got to make an adjustment, man.
Man, this just goes to show. Never should have pulled Cowser. The fact that we're rooting for Cowser over Tyler O'Neill. T.O. has got to go. Heston has to be called up, and then DFA O'Neill. Heston Kershaw has not earned a call-up. Let me tell you that right now.
He's earned enough because he's just not Tyler O'Neill.
Yeah.
I don't care about any other point other than that.
And I will tell you, if Zach is agreeing with me on my hatred, my putrid hatred for Tyler O'Neill, it's saying something because I do not pull punches with these players. And Zach, because Zach's a former player, like, Zach gets the professional aspect of it and how difficult the game is, and so do I, but not to that level. Zach usually doesn't really say that much about these players with that. When Zach's saying it, you better listen. You better listen.
I don't like picking on people. The only two people I've really ever kind of gone after lately has been Mullins and O'Neill. And because I just felt like both of them were hurting the team offensively. It's like if O'Neill at least gave you like decent looking at bats, that'd be one thing. But like you and I literally just watched here before the show started. Like that was a pathetic at bat in the ninth inning.
Yeah.
You're swinging at air, dude. And it's been like that for like the last like 3-4 weeks. Like I don't know if he's just straight up guessing or he can't see the ball, but it is just zero clue where the bat's going through the zone when he swings. And he's just swinging a swing.
The Axeman, Dylan Atkinson, and I, friend of the show, sometimes co-host of the show, he and I were talking about it on social media this evening that in no world should Tyler O'Neill have been pinch hitting for Cowser. And
he's done nothing to earn it.
He's done nothing to earn it. He's 2 for 40 against left-handed pitching 2 for 39 against left-handed pitching this year. 2 for 32, as you said, or 2 for 34 against left-handed starters this year. And you look at what he did in that at bat, and he was lifeless. Nothing he did gave you any confidence he was going to put a ball in play. And this is a guy who in St. Louis and Boston mashed left-handed pitching. And Dylan said to me, he's like, it's like he forgot how to hit left-handed pitching the second he stepped foot in Baltimore. I said, well, It's like he forgot how to do anything the second he set foot in Baltimore. He's I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, but Tyler O'Neill's a dead horse. Like, I said to my buddy today, he's a Ken doll. He's showing all these muscles to hide the fact that he has no balls. There's
something. It's sad too because he was a good baseball player prior to coming here. Injuries or not, like he's had a very solid career, and he hit the living crap out of the ball in Boston. Yes, he was hurt most of the year. He could have hit 40 home runs if he stayed healthy, and then just fell off a cliff here. And I think I'm more pissed off at that. Like you, even in the years that you were hurt in St. Louis, you were still a quality ball player, and you gave something to your team. You're not old by any means,
right?
But you're giving us nothing,
right?
And that drives me the most nuts.
I don't even know what to say at this point. I like it's just he has added no value to this team. Right. He has no purpose on this team. It's just put a bodybuilder out there and you're getting the same thing. That's
crazy.
It's insane just how bad he is. Like you don't have any the fact he hit a home run the other day and I think he was surprised. Like he took off running out of the box and he was like, "Oh crap, it's gone." Like
it's a straight up swing too. And like I was like, he's got to have one of the highest launch angles in baseball and he doesn't somehow. But it's incredible to watch. Yeah. Really incredible.
Yeah. So some good has come out of the past week. I mean, they really just essed the bed against Tampa Bay, but Holliday returns against Tampa Bay. He got one at bat the first game and he struck out, and then he didn't start the next game and he ended up he started the next game, went 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts or something like that. Then they pulled him and they didn't start game 3. So we got like 2 or 3 at bats in that Tampa Bay series. But then game 1 against Detroit, home run, single walk to lead the Orioles over Detroit. He got a 9th inning walk in game 1 today. In game 1, a doubleheader today to fuel that comeback where Cowser hits the walk-off 3-run homer. But again, there were 2 ball fours that were there were 2 balls that were thrown in that at bat to Holliday that were very clearly balls that he doesn't challenge. And luckily he ends up walking anyway, but like he doesn't challenge them. They were clear balls. If he ends up striking out because of that, you're like you're blowing it. And I watched Taylor Ward again, not in his final at bat today. He ended up getting a base hit, I think, on the next pitch, but the first pitch was 4 inches inside.
Yeah,
he doesn't challenge it. Yeah. And he
this
doesn't
team's afraid to challenge. They're afraid. Adley Rutschman, I feel like, has let up at least 6 runs this year not challenging and putting guys on who come around to score. Like they are so afraid. But then, and I get it because you have guys like Mayo who challenge stupid pitches at times.
Yeah.
But like
Basallo challenges everything.
He does. But you know what? I don't mind that sometimes.
Yeah.
Adley has he's way too conservative. Way too conservative. Have some confidence in yourself. If you think it's a strike, man, call it. If we have no challenges in the 6th inning, oh well. Go back to playing baseball in 2025. Like, it's not like you don't know how to do it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Just, I feel like they give up too much. They give away too much.
And I get that maybe you're not used to it, or maybe it's to you it feels like a close pitch, and you're not sure if you're going to win it. But like, man, what do you have to lose at this point? You're 7 games below 500 on May 24th. Like, you're in last place for the 2nd straight year in the AL East. Like, what you're doing isn't working, and it's weird, man. It's weird to be so negative after you just won a series against a team that's made the playoffs the last 2 years. And I know that Detroit hasn't been good since Skubal got hurt, but like, none of these. The first game of the series was convincing. The first game of the series, you were like, all right, that's a great victory. That's a great complete team victory. Game 2, you're a strike away. You're a Colton Cowser strike away from losing that ball game. And then game 3, you're completely lifeless. You have 3 hits the entire game, and one of them came in the 8th inning.
Yeah, and you're the home team. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, everything caters to you. But it's like I feel like we see it every doubleheader where these other teams, like Houston, remember they came out and jumped our bones. But didn't we have a walk-off win against Houston in the last doubleheader? And then they came out and just stung whoever and like immediately.
No, it wasn't a walk-off win because the Orioles won the first game of the doubleheader 10-2. I was at that game.
That's right, right. They beat them bad. That's right.
And they had 2 grand slams.
Yeah, that's right. But then Houston came right back out, didn't care.
5 runs off Brandon Young in the top of the 1st inning, and the Orioles lost that game something like 11-3 or something like that. But
these teams come in here and they don't care. Mm-hmm. They don't get tired. Mm-hmm. They don't look lifeless.
Well, do the Orioles have the most top-heavy lineup in baseball?
Yeah.
After the 5-hitter, you've got a hope and a prayer, and that's about it. Maybe Cowser will run into one. Maybe Mayo will run into one. Maybe Blaze will lay down a bunt, or he'll get hot for a couple games like he did a few weeks ago. You know, but like and I think I said on the show last week, and I said it to you right before this show started today. The fact that we think Tavares has been good shows how bad everybody else has been that's playing center field and right field. Because Cowser's hitting below 200, and O'Neill is hitting. His bat doesn't exist. He would literally have more success if he went up there with nothing, without a bat in his hands. Like, the fact that we think Tavares has been good, he's been good for a 4th outfielder, but he's playing every day.
Well, he's been playing good defense.
Yeah,
we haven't seen a whole lot of good defense.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. Like, this team is just. But look,
Brandon Young had a great start today. We can go a little bit positive here. Brandon Young threw the ball exceptional well today.
Brandon Young's been every good as Dean Kramer.
Yeah,
he's been every bit as good as Dean Kramer this year.
And look, and I know a lot of people want to get on the Orioles for not really developing pitching, but Brandon Young was an undrafted free agent. You want to talk about developing? This wasn't a first-round pick that just happened to make it. This was a guy, and Trey Gibson too. These are guys that were undrafted that you have physically developed up to the big leagues. Mm-hmm. Like, a little bit of credit is due there because these guys aren't really ever supposed to make it at a single A. Mm-hmm. Right? And he's providing quality innings in 2026. Now, like you would just talked about that last Houston doubleheader, he got rocked. But was it like 6 of his 7 starts he's allowed 3 runs or less?
Yeah, I mean, the one was against the Nationals when he went 3 2/3 and he allowed 2 runs, but they pulled him early because it was we gotta win this game because you lost 2 of 3 to the DC. Yeah. You know, but he had the dud against Houston. They pulled him before it could be a dud against Washington, and he had that start against the Marlins where he gave up 3 runs in the first inning after being given a 3-0 lead, and then still manages to go 7 for you and doesn't give anything else up. Yeah. You know,
and you're going to have dud games sometimes, especially from an undrafted guy who's not a high profile. But I mean, every bit of Dean Kramer, every bit of it.
He's been better than Trevor Rogers. He's been better than Chris Bassett, and he's been
better than Shane Baz.
Better than Shane Baz, save for the last 2 starts for Baz. Yeah. You know, like what Brandon Young did today. Excuse me. What Brandon Young did today was better than any start that Shane Baz has had this year.
Yeah.
I think that's fair to say. Because Baz went, 5 1/3 the other day, gave up a run. And the start before that, he went 7, but he gave up 3 runs. And and he had almost a 30-pitch sixth inning. What Brandon Young did today was better than any start that Shane Baz has had for the Orioles this year.
He looked in control. Looked very in control.
I will be the first to tell you that I said, look, Brandon Young is a 4A pitcher. He's not a big league pitcher. Like, he can come and give you spot starts and give you innings at the big league level, but he's not somebody who's a piece of a rotation. I don't know if he is a guy that should be part of a 5-man rotation on a good baseball team, but I know that right now he's earned the job. He's earned the right to go out there every 5th day, and he's competitive. He's a big guy, 6'6".
Yeah.
Like, dudes that are that size, they can give you something at the big league level, and he's not, save for the one game, he's not taking you out of any games. He's keeping you competitive in just about every start.
And that's all you need, especially right now. I mean, and especially in a doubleheader. I mean, it could have got out of hand today, and you could have, I mean, they used all of their top-end arms in the first game. Like, we could have been using ours by the 5th inning. Yeah. You know, like, that was big. It was big to start off a doubleheader, and I can't thank him enough, honestly. I mean, he's thrown the ball well for us this year for a team that has really struggled with inconsistencies across the board, offense, defense, pitching. Like, I think he's done his job this year, especially for filling in. I mean, you don't expect much from a guy like that, but he's given you, 6 outings that have allowed you to win a baseball game. Like, no complaints here.
100%. Well, and like, then you go to the other side of things with Trevor Rogers. His first 3 starts, 3 quality starts.
They're beautiful.
He looked great. Then the last 5 starts, he has been absolutely awful.
I think 6, 7 now.
6 or 7 starts, he's been just awful.
Today I thought he looked good until that last batter.
He gives up the 2-run homer, and then he walks.
Which I thought was a decent pitch.
Yeah, I mean,
it was decent. It was out of the zone.
For him, for Trevor Rogers, but that's the other thing. Trevor Rogers has thrown a lot of pitches out of the zone that have a bad result.
Yes.
I think 5 of his 6 hits last week were either on the corners, like in a good spot, or balls that they put in play and got base hits out of. And like, look, the other thing is he has given himself. The Orioles play at 1:30 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, the Rays are here.
No, I'm not even gonna say it. I'm supposed to be maybe interviewing somebody on the coaching staff tomorrow, but it hasn't worked out a couple times, so I don't want to say it just yet.
Oh, I gotcha. Trevor Rogers has not left himself room for error.
No.
Like he could have given up that 2-run homer and then given you 5 shutout innings after that, and you're like, oh, okay.
He almost did.
And he almost did. He
couldn't throw that sweeper. And I talked to a buddy of mine, Alex, all the time about this. Uncompetitive pitches in a 1-2 count.
That's what I said. I literally posted that on Twitter or X tonight, that he got ahead of that guy that ended up getting the 2-run single. He got ahead of him 1-2, and there was not a single competitive pitch after that.
Yeah.
There was not a single pitch that would
I thought the changeup was the right call, just wasn't located.
Yeah, like
you had him out in front and to get to 2 strikes, which was a beautiful pitch, down and in. Wasn't expecting, he was way out, and I was sitting there thinking, like, throw that pitch again, throw it again. Nope, and it just flutters over across the middle of the plate, and he sat on it like he was sitting changeup. A pitch that we throw 4% of the time with 2 strikes, and he was sitting on it.
Well, because he just tried. What was that? Just
trying to put it in play.
That frisbee looking sweeper that started out of the zone and stayed out of the zone. That would never, unless you're up there strictly guessing and you're thinking fastball and trying to get started early, you're not going to entice a single major league player to swing at that pitch.
Well, let's be honest, too. It was 88, and at times his fastball is like 92, 93. Yeah, now it does have some run, and it's usually an effective pitch, but there's just not enough difference there in the mile per hour for anybody to get caught off guard. Like when they're missing, it's because the pitch is running a little bit. That's it. That pitch didn't run. Yeah,
it's just it was uncompetitive pitch after uncompetitive pitch, and now all of a sudden you go from 1-2 in a comfortable spot to now it's 3-2, and now and legitimately, I even said, I'm just sitting there with my 2-year-old. She's eating dinner. I'm watching the game. And I said to nobody in particular, because she doesn't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? At this point, man, just put it over the plate and hope you get an out.
Yeah.
And I think that's what he did. He just threw him a changeup right over the heart of the plate and was like, please pop it up. And he didn't. He laced a base hit into center field to drive in 2 runs. And it takes him out of the ball game. And makes the score 4-1, which ends up being the final. The game, like Trevor Rogers was after that 2-run homer. Trevor Rogers was really good. He looked like he found something again. Was not good to that in that last inning. You can't walk 2 guys and give up 2 hits and expect it to keep your team competitive in 1 inning. The offense did jack shit tonight. They did diddly squat tonight, and the loss tonight is on the offense. You did nothing, and like you said, the Tigers they had their best going in game 1. That's the game you win, and in game 2 you can't do anything. And I don't know, man.
I'm looking at this pitch sequence. 95.3 in the inner half, called strike. 95 on the inner half, fouled off. 89.6 for the changeup, but it was down and in, and it was fouled off. He was way out in front. Just not enough there. Balls 5 and 6, pitch 5 and 6 are so far outside the uncompetitive pitches. They're not even in the pitch by pitch from what I'm looking at right now on Statcast. And then 7 was just, it was away, but it was in the lower quadrant of the outside corner of the plate at 88. I think if you get it back inside there, you probably get him out.
Yeah,
but it's just command.
What I noticed from Rogers in his last start, that he would get 2 strikes using the fastball.
Yeah, and then go away from it.
And then go away from it. But then when that 1 inning that he had that was 1-2-3 and he struck out 2 guys in the inning, he struck them out on 94, 95 mile an hour fastballs. So like, why not just come back in with a fastball? It's the one pitch that he had no chance against. Come back in with a fastball. If you walk him, okay, you walk him. We don't want you to walk somebody with the bases loaded. But like, at least
he didn't even come back inside.
Yeah.
After like that 4th pitch.
At least you walked him going with what got you there.
Yeah.
And with the pitch that, frankly, for you, and it's so funny because we talk about how they've been too fastball reliant to start counts, but to start at bats. But like, go back to the fastball. For Rogers, when he plays off the fastball, it works. It works. Like I went back and I watched every hit that he gave up last week in his last start, and I think it was 5 of the 6 hits that he gave up I think he gave up 6 hits with 2 strikes. 5 of the 6 hits he gave up with 2 strikes were on changeups.
Yeah.
Off-speed pitches. And then all the strikeouts were on fastballs in the upper quadrant.
Yeah. It's just look, 95 from a lefty is pretty damn good. Pretty good.
So
is it predictable? Like with 2 strikes, do you know with Trevor Rogers, some sort of breaking ball is coming? Well, have we gotten to that point?
I think so, and the reason that I looked into it is because I was listening to the broadcast, and Ben McDonald said, last year Trevor Rogers was able to, when he got ahead 2 strikes, he was able to go off speed. He would throw that devastating changeup or the sweeper, and he'd be able to get strikeouts with that. And he's like, it's not happening this year. So then I went back and looked, and I marveled at how many hits he gave up on off speed to Tampa Bay in his last start. I think it was 5 of the 7 hits he gave up were on the off speed. I think that it has become too predictable. I would love to just see him come in against somebody just once and go 95 up and in, 95 up and in, 95 up and in the strike zone, and just see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't need to see any more change-ups. Like, if I know you're going to throw it, if Ben McDonald's watching the game and he knows you're going to throw it, they know you're going to throw it.
Yeah.
So
let me see here. So yeah, he's thrown 92 fastballs this year with 2 strikes. He's got a 30% K rate. He's thrown 54 changeups, but he hasn't thrown many. But it gives him a 35% K rate, 50% K rate on the sweeper. He's only thrown 39 of those, and then the sinker he's got a 45.5. So yeah, I think they're just sitting. They're sitting breaking ball, which I don't understand why. And maybe this is another Christ. He's given up a 321 average on the fastball with 2 strikes and a 370 average on the changeup. And that's going up today. Golly.
Man, you said 321 on the fastball. I'm like, maybe he shouldn't throw the fastball. You said 370 something on the changeup. I'm like, Jesus, he can't throw anything.
Well, the sinker he only gives up 250, but he's only thrown it 23 times.
Well, I mean, maybe he thinks it's too small. Maybe they think. How the hell did the pitching, the coaching, the pitching coaching staff keep their jobs?
They make a lot of money. They're one of the highest paid in the league.
That would be a reason to get rid of them. You would think.
Shoot the messenger.
There was nothing.
They were given a 1-year prove it deal under Albie because of their money, from what I was told. Right now, you ain't proving it.
They suck.
At times, yes, some guys look very good, but I think you got to look across the board at the numbers right now and just.
And then you'll hear the word vomit. We want to hate on them when things are going bad, but look at what they've been able to do with Brandon Young and Cade Povich. Just shut the hell up. This is when I have the conversations.
Kyle Bradish and Trevor Rogers and
you know what?
Kyle Bradish
has looked good his last 3 starts. Shane Baz has looked good his last 2 starts. I will tell you that. I think that this starting rotation, that's my key to the rest of the season. I'll get into that in a second. We remind everybody that today's show is brought to you by Glenn Clark Radio. If you missed anything from Glenn Clark Radio this week, you can find all those conversations in the Glenn Clark Radio Weekend Review feature at PressBoxOnline.com. And as always, watch or listen to GCR every Monday through Thursday. That always trips me up now. Every Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. at PressBoxOnline.com/radio or right here on PressBox's Facebook and YouTube pages. So I would love to know what your key to the Orioles turnaround this season is, and I will tell you what mine is first. I think they have to get Chris Bassett going. I think the number one key to the Orioles turnaround is getting Chris Bassett going because I think Brandon Young gives you what you would hope for out of a 4th or 5th starter.
Yeah.
Kyle Bradish's last 3 starts has looked like Kyle Bradish. Shane Baz's last 2 starts has looked like that guy that you traded 5 basically first-round picks for. You know, Chris Bassett, I think he's got a longer leash than Trevor Rogers. I think that his career to this point has proven that he's earned it. You can use him in the bullpen if you need to. You can use him in the he's in the rotation. They have got to figure out how to get Chris Bassett going because then if you have Chris Bassett going well, you've got Baz and Bradish who have rounded into form hopefully, and then you've got Brandon Young, he's keeping you competitive night in and night out when he starts. You've really only got to find another starter. You got to find one more starter for this rotation. Hopefully, Dean Kramer comes back and puts you in a good spot. You know, maybe Povich comes back and he gives you or maybe he can go to the bullpen. For me, Chris Bassett is the key to this season getting going. Trevor Rogers, I'm less concerned about because I think his leash is way shorter, and I think that they'll do what they have to do to get somebody in here to replace him sooner rather than later because you can't just let him keep going on doing the same thing every 5th day. You know, Chris Bassett has the pedigree and has a track record that's earned a really long leash from the Orioles. He has got to get going.
Yeah, for me, it's going to have to be Pete. You know, Pete's had a good month, but I mean, again today, several times runners in scoring position. He struggled. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it's not just Pete. I mean, it's the offense. I mean, I'll be completely honest. But Pete, you're paying the most money. But the runners in scoring position, again, is a problem. For the month right now, Jeremiah Jackson, he's 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Taylor Ward is, after today, so this was coming into the game. He was 1 for 14. He did obviously drive in a run today. So two for 15 at this point with his second RBI of the month. Tyler O'Neill 1 for 11.
With runners in scoring position, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Adley Rutschman is 3 for 18. Cowser 2 for 11. Mayo 3 for 13. Henderson, this is another big one, 4 for 15. Basayo's done well, 5 for 17. And like I said, Pete's had a good month, but struggled today, 7 for 22. And Blaze 4 for 10. So you got to find a way to score, right? They struggle to score. They've had an okay month, but they can't hit starting pitching. And you can't keep giving these guys – you can't pinhole your damn starters because they are fringe starters right now. They're struggling. And for them to get on track, giving them a freaking lead would probably help. Now, granted, yes, we've given up some runs pretty much after scoring runs all the time. I think that's the most annoying thing of this team right now. But still, the fact that you're giving these guys an opportunity to make a mistake and still be okay is big. Because right now, when they're making a mistake and it's not okay, like it's magnified. And I feel like heads kind of drop down early on when they're just not hitting and they give up a run in like the third, fourth inning or something, or 2 or 3 runs. They can never stop the bleeding. I feel like the starters wise, but the hitting it's just constant, just bad at bat after bad at bat after bad at bat. And it's been a decent month. It hasn't been horrible. It's been okay. But like if you're gonna get going, like you got to get the offense going first. Like you've got to be able to come out here, and if you have 5 games a week, 6 games a week, you've got to be scoring 5 runs a game, at least 4 of them. Like you've paid these guys a lot of money to do that, and they're scoring less than 2 runs or 2 runs or less more often than they're scoring 5 or more. It don't matter how good your starting pitching is if you can't score runs. Like the last time I checked, so you have to score more than the other team to win. So you're not holding everybody to less than 2 runs every night.
And that's the thing that we were just saying, that Trevor Rogers made 2 mistakes, a 2-run homer in the first inning and a 2-run single in the 5th inning.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really matter if he gave up 4 runs or he gave up 15 runs, because your offense scored 1 run on 3 hits.
Right.
Against a used up
2
bullpen.
against starters the entire day.
Yeah. Like it's do the Orioles one, Jackson Holliday should be playing every day.
Yes. 100%. No matter what.
He's a 1-1 pick, and he's 22 years old. Play that kid every single day.
Yeah.
Number 2, do the Orioles need another infielder? And I'm not talking a fringe infielder. I'm talking, do they need another starting infielder? Because
you're starting third baseman.
Because Jeremiah Jackson has never met a pitch he doesn't want to swing at. And I'm at a point with him.
He did drive a ball to right field for the first time today.
He did have a double that fueled the Orioles' first run of Game 1 today. I just don't think that he's an everyday player, and I don't think that he's versatile enough to be a bench player for you. Like he can play outfield in a pinch. He can play second base a little bit. He can play third base in a pinch. But really, that's what you have Blaze Alexander for. And I think that now that Holliday's back, I think you need Jackson B23 just said, Blaze is an everyday player. I don't care. I disagree. I think Blaze is a very good and versatile player. I don't think he's an everyday player. I think he's a perfect utility player. He's a super utility guy for you. But I think it means that Jeremiah Jackson doesn't really have a spot on this roster. I think that you really need to go out there and find yourself a starting third baseman. Whether you have to call the Astros for Isaac Paredes, or you have to go, who's the guy in San Francisco? The third baseman.
Matt Chapman?
Yeah. No. Well, I would love Matt Chapman. Matt Chapman changes your team completely, but I don't know that they're willing to get rid of him.
Yeah,
I don't care who it has. It's got to be somebody that can play third base every single day and not be an automatic out in your lineup.
I think I know who you're talking about. I forget his name, though.
Yeah, I can't remember.
He's like more of a utility guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But having a good year for them right now. For me, Jeremiah Jackson doesn't he should be, if you're hoping to be a contender, Jeremiah Jackson should be playing for you every single day.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. I think Jeremiah is a better hitter than Blaze, but Blaze is obviously a way better glove and arm. Who do you pick? Because like if you need a right-handed bat off the bench late in the game that potentially could hit a ball out of the ballpark, it's hands down Jeremiah Jackson.
Yeah,
I think he's probably better than most of the guys on the team. But the guy that can do it all would be Blaze, right?
I think that Blaze has a better approach at the plate. Jackson has more power. Is he a better hitter? He's got more power.
The ball in the inner half, he's a better hitter.
Yeah. Casey Schmidt.
Casey Schmidt, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Sean, It was me that was talking about Casey Schmidt. Come on, man. It's. I feel like they need. I feel like they need an everyday infielder to add to this roster, and I feel like they need an everyday center fielder.
Yeah.
I would love to.
So
I would love for it to be
around
Kelsey.
this with some friends earlier, right? And you're gonna think I'm nuts, and it would take a lot. Jackson Merrill.
No chance.
I know.
No chance. The Padres are 31-20.
But here's my thinking, right? They're struggling on money. They have no farm system whatsoever, right? They can't acquire starting pitching, right? So how do you kill two birds with one stone? And Jackson's he hasn't hit like he did his rookie year. Let's put it that way. Mm-hmm. Still a quality defender, and he still hits the ball fairly well. But you load him up with a little bit of starting pitching, prospect and off the big league team, right? Do you try to do it? One, they save a little bit of money that they're hurting for, and two, they get pitching. So we're saying like maybe Trey Gibson, Brandon Young, Esteban Milla, Colton Cowser goes back. Like I put like 6 guys in earlier, and it still was like 10 below the value on Baseball Trade Simulator. Like he's at high. He's like I think he's like a value at 80. So 6 of our big league players plus prospects couldn't even get it done. But if you found a way, would you be willing to give up a lot of players for it?
I mean, sure. I just don't think it's realistic at all.
Yeah, because we need pitching too, honestly.
Yeah, I think would I be willing to? Would I be willing for them to make the trade to get Jackson Merrill here? Yes. Do I think that there is any scenario in which the Orioles do that? Absolutely not.
Yeah, they don't have enough pitching.
Absolutely not. Now, and maybe
but who else? Who else, like center field wise, could you acquire?
I've said it before that
because Brenton Doyle stinks.
Yeah, I mean you could trade with the Angels suck.
Yeah,
Go get Mike Trout.
They're going to bring in Trout at $37 a year because he's going to be what 35.
Buxton and Joe Ryan from the Twins, but the Twins are just as in
Isn't
it
Joe
as
Ryan
the Orioles
down?
are. I thought he was. But apparently, like I think I said it on this show that Joe Ryan threw like 9 pitches. No, I said it on Twitter. I was like, Joe Ryan threw 9 pitches and came out. But then like they were like, no, he went 6 innings of 1-run ball.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he actually returned the next scheduled turn in the rotation and pitched.
Yeah,
that's wild.
Sean said you have.
Why can't we get that lucky?
You have a better chance of Manny Machado coming back to Baltimore than you do getting Jackson. I was gonna say Manny Machado. I love
Manny Machado.
I would take Manny Machado in a heartbeat. I mean, Tatis hasn't hit a home run since 1972. That's not the one I clicked on.
I'd take Tatis.
I mean, he's a Gold Glove outfielder. He's a Gold Glove outfielder. I would take Tatis, but are you paying him? He's making a lot of money too.
Yeah, he's making a lot of money.
$28-30 million a year, and he has no home runs this year.
But I feel like he would be a guy because of the contract that you're trying to. Get some money out of. It would take less to acquire him. It'd be the same as Trout. If you're willing to take on that amount of money, like the prospect wise is way lower.
Yeah.
To where Merrill, you would have to give up probably 10 guys, where Tatis would be like 2.
So look, the Orioles. Somebody said earlier on in the show, like very early in the show tonight, that the Orioles should fire Elias, gut 80% of the roster, and do a full-on rebuild.
Can't do that in the middle of the season.
And they're not going to do that.
Yeah.
David Rubenstein didn't buy this team to do that, and they've said as much that they're not going to tear this down. They're going to go get it. They have the financial wherewithal to go get a championship. That's what they want to do. So I agree with the fire Elias. I think that and we all saw the pages from what was it, Astro Ball.
Yeah,
making their waves about Sig Mejdal and like what they thought of him there,
which is crazy.
I think that's you have 2 cancers in this franchise by the name of Mike Elias and Sig Mejdal. I firmly believe that, and it's because the same issues I had with Brandon Hyde are the exact same things that Craig Alvarez is doing, and so I cannot believe that the Orioles hired the same manager twice.
3 times.
Three. I think more likely. I think that more so what happened is now I'm fully on board with the idea that every move that they make prior to a game has the manager has no input. They give him input,
Yes.
but I think I do not believe it's his call at all.
No, not on the lineups at all. There's no way.
There's just no way that Craig Albertine has been lauded as the baseball guy that he is, and that he's putting those lineups out.
Mm-mm.
And Craig Albertine and I are very similar in age. I'm 40. I'll be 42 this year. He's 43. You're in your mid 30s, right, Zach? Not to age you, but you're in your mid 30s. We come from a similar era of baseball that we grew up with, and we believe that. And I don't mean to speak for you. You can tell me I'm wrong, but I believe that we all believe that baseball is played in between the lines, not on a computer screen. The analytics have their place, but you still have to have a feel for the game. You have to, go out there and play baseball. Yeah. I cannot imagine that Craig Albertine says, well, I want to play Weston Wilson instead of Jackson Holliday today because we're facing a left-handed pitcher.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that that's the type of guy that he is.
No.
I think that that's 100% what Sigmundale's algorithm is telling him.
Do you think there's that comment from Ancelino about being saved hits even harder now?
I thought about that a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
I thought about that a couple of weeks ago, and I
was annoyed by it at first.
I was annoyed because it was before the season even started.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? Like,
right.
What are you being saved from? Not having a job? Like,
yeah.
But now I'm looking at it, I'm like, there's absolutely no way that three men have made the same inputs with the same roster, putting the same shit guys out there against left-handed pitching and not performing. There's no way that you can find three people in this world that are going to make those decisions.
100%. 100%. And I look at it now and I'm like, holy crap, that's a baseball guy saying that organization is very poorly run.
Mm.
That's how I look at it now. I was pissed off because it was before the season. We just added all these guys. We thought the Orioles were going to go out there and win 93 games and compete for the division and get back to October baseball. And now 2.5 months later, we're sitting here on May 24th talking about how can the Orioles save their season? How can the Orioles trade for Jackson Merrill to turn things around? How can the Orioles fix Trevor Rogers and Chris Bassett? That's what we're talking about.
I see some people asking, like, why would San Diego trade? And I look, they shouldn't because they're a winning ball club, but they are strapped on money, and they have nothing available to go get some starting pitching. So me just thinking outside the box is find a way to give them starting pitching while taking some money. I'm not saying that, like, they need to trade anybody. Obviously, they're a good team, but if you need to kill two birds with one stone, like, do it. Because Preller. Preller's going to do something wild this year to acquire somebody, and it might be to just throw one of their good guys out somehow.
I would be 100% on board with bringing Manny back over here.
I don't think Manny would want to come here because he gets his rights to veto the trade right now because has he hit 10 years? Or is it 5? What the right was it 9 to 5 rights or something?
I think it's 10 years service time, 5 years with the same team.
Yeah, so he would get the right to veto, right?
And he's got that. I don't think he'd veto coming back to Baltimore. I don't.
If they ain't winning, why wouldn't he?
Yeah, but I mean it's Baltimore, but it's also like but it would be a bad look for him.
Yeah.
But I also think that, like, you can say it like, we have a good team. I don't want to be traded anywhere.
Yeah.
We're winning baseball games. Like, I want to win.
Preller's just going to find a way to get them some pitching somehow. And that's just my thinking.
Yeah. Let me see. The Padres actually want Aroldis Chapman for some unknown reason. Is he never...
That's what they said, is because they can't acquire starting pitching. They don't have the prospects to do it. The next best thing is to try to bring in and just have a super pen.
Yeah.
Just get me to the 5th inning is what they're trying to do.
100%. 100%.
And that was my thinking was let's find a way to maybe give them some pitching but have something nice in return too. Not just for this year, but for multiple years because both of those guys are under contract. But I know, somebody said Padres are probably trying to trade for Scuball. They're going to try. Preller's going to do something wild. Something. He every year goes for it to try and help his team. Whether it works out or not, I don't think he cares. He just goes for it.
Well, I'm commenting on this. O should take on Altrout's money, trade back Tyler O'Neill with some prospects. That's what I was thinking when I first suggested it, is like trade them Tyler O'Neill, so you're really only taking on, at least for the next 2 years, half of what Trout's making by getting rid of Tyler O'Neill, and they're saving $20 million over the next 2 years by trading Trout, $20 million each year for the next 2 years. I don't think it's going to happen.
I would see, like I put it on. I think you owe Tyler O'Neill about 27.9 for the rest of this year and next year. You eat 18 of that, right? He gives you about 9 a year, so you're looking at about 4.5 a year. Red Sox already know who he is, and they've gotten him to hit once. You know, would they bring him back? Should I say not us, but like, would they bring him back, knowing how hard right-handed outfielders and power bats are to find? Would they take a shot if we ate most of the money?
And they're trying to acquire a right-handed power bat. It's been Buster Olney's been talking about it all week that they're trying. So like, and the first thing that came to mind was Boston. But what's Boston? I mean, I guess you're doing addition by subtraction. I guess you take anything at this point.
Yeah, but I mean, like if you only had to pay him 4.5 a year, like, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you try?
Look, I would trade him to the New York Yankees for the ghost of Gary Sanchez at this point. Like, I just want Tyler O'Neill off this roster.
Yeah.
I just want him off. He is absolutely worthless. And you know that if he ends up back in Boston or back in St. Louis, that he's going to sit there and he's going to say, it just was never a fit in Baltimore. They sold me a bill of goods. You know that he would just come out and say something shitty like that, and we would just be like,
if he turned around and hit, could you blame him?
Yeah. I just want to punch him right in the face, man. Like I don't, because he would absolutely crumble me like a bag of potato chips.
I mean, it's funny you say that because St. Louis needs him hitting, and they're performing right now.
Yeah, I mean, if you need hitting, why would you bring in Tyler O'Neill? Because that's the one thing the guy can't do. He can't hit and he can't stay healthy. And when he does stay healthy, he is 2 for 39 against left-handed pitching, which is the only reason he was here anyway.
Do you think he would hit somewhere else?
Oh, 100%. There's not a doubt in my mind. There is just not a doubt in my mind that
drives me nuts, doesn't it?
Tyler O'Neill goes someplace else, he hits. Colton Cowser goes someplace else, becomes an all-star. Not a doubt in my mind. I firmly believe that this Orioles franchise doesn't know what the hell they're doing. I see all these other teams that have less rosters. Convince me that Tampa Bay's roster is better than Baltimore's.
I couldn't even name you 7 guys that are like position players out of their 13.
Mm-hmm.
Yandy Diaz is their best player, Jonathan Aranda, and I think that's where it ends for me.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you another guy.
You've got 2 front office dudes meddling with their manager every single game. Telling him don't play our 1-1 22-year-old pick because he's facing a lefty.
Don't play the guy I gave $68 million to and extended because he's a lefty.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. I don't care if he strikes out 4 times, to be honest with you. He's going to give me a more competitive of a bat than Tyler O'Neill would.
Yeah. And the other thing is, you drafted this kid 1-1. You're giving all this money to this dude. And, but you're not playing him against lefties? Wouldn't you rather them cut their teeth and learn how to hit lefties if they can? And by the way...
Call Junior Caminero. I'm an idiot for that one.
Junior Caminero.
Yeah, I don't forget that one.
Yeah.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good.
I don't know, man. Like, it blows my mind that you would draft somebody that high and not play them every day.
Yeah.
That you would give somebody at 20 years old a $68 million extension and not play them every day. That absolutely, it's mind-boggling to me that's a thing that's happening in Baltimore, but it's happening right in our face. Meanwhile, Colton Cowser, it literally took to this year to stop playing Colton Cowser every day because he's a strikeout machine. And look, love that he hit the 3-run homer, but I'm going to need to see more than one walk-off 3-run homer to think that Colton Cowser is back. I don't think, in my opinion,
he's had a good May, I think, right?
They said he's been on base 7 of 9 games. He is taking better at bats. For me, it's like you can't come back if you've never been here. And I look at the first 3 weeks of Cowser's 2024 season as he was just going up there, and the league didn't realize, oh, we can't throw this guy. We can we can literally throw him anything but a fastball, and he can't hit it. And it took him 3 weeks to adjust, and then he never figured out how to adjust back. Like Angels could have had Caminero on top prospect, Carson Williams, and decided for Ohtani. Well, yeah, this you saw this, right?
Yeah.
The Rays were about to trade for Ohtani back in 23, and then it got nixed at the last minute. Let's see. Can you imagine?
From what I've read the other day, they've actually they were in on Juan Soto, they were in on Ohtani, they were in on I forget who else. Mason Miller. Like apparently the Rays have like just missed on several big name guys over the last like 2-3 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Man,
which is crazy. Like they're going for it.
Yeah. I mean, look
which is crazy to me because like you traded good players too at the deadline. Like I guess maybe they miss out and they're like, all right, well, let's get what we can for this guy, and we'll try to make a run at it again next year. Like they kind of give up mid-season a lot, which is wild to me. But they're always in first place, and when they get this new stadium built, like I think they're really going to go after it.
Well, and I think that's why they're going after it, right?
They got new owners too.
They've got new owners. They're looking to build they're building a new ballpark, and it's like let's flex. Let's go flex, and it just hasn't happened. Today's show has been brought to you by the latest edition of Press Box, which is available now. On the cover, Bill Ordine looks at what will be different at the 2026 Preakness at Laurel and the future of the race when it moves back to Pimlico. Also inside, Luke Jackson looks at what Trey Hendrickson brings to the Ravens and much more. But be on the lookout for the new print issue for free at your Baltimore area Highs dairy stores, and also read it at PressBoxOnline.com. I want to get back to talking about Jackson Holliday because you started talking about Manzolino a little bit. And it reminded me that when Manzolino was here, he said Jackson Holliday's going to be hitting leadoff for this team for the next 5 years. Should Jackson Holliday, and from the at-bats that I've seen him take, he has a few strikeouts, but...
You're going to strike out in the big leagues.
Yeah. His at-bats, to me, look different this year, to start.
I think he's a little bit more confident.
I think he's a little bit more confident. My buddy and I were noting that he looks bigger. He looks like he put on some solid weight. And on top of that, he looks like he has a professional eye.
Yeah. Well, you thought he had it last year.
Yeah.
And he set the Norfolk record for walks.
Yeah. If Jackson Holliday is going to put up these kinds of at-bats, and he's spitting on pitches that are close, and he's not chasing, right? Do you bat him leadoff, keep Gunnar second, move Ward down to a run-producing spot where he stops being so passive because now I'm in a spot where I need to be aggressive and drive and does it lengthen your lineup?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I don't like Ward at leadoff. I did for a while, but now that Jackson's back, like nobody else is hitting the ball. Mm-hmm. But move Gunnar down a little bit. I don't like Gunnar in 2-hole. I don't like Gunnar in leadoff either. Yeah. Like, let him hit 3. I don't care that Ohtani leads off and he's their best player. Ohtani's a freaking Hall of Famer. It's a little different. Mm-hmm. It's a little different. I want Gunnar hitting 3, maybe 4, maybe behind Alonso. I don't even care.
I just
give me Holliday, Adley, Ward, Alonso, Gunnar. You probably piss Gunnar off, but I don't care.
Yeah. I would love it to be Holliday, Adley, Gunnar, Alonso, Ward.
Why don't we put Basayo at 3-hole? I think he's kind of earned it.
Yeah.
That dude's taking good at-bats.
I'm pretty sure he has the highest average on the team.
Yeah.
Like, and the guy hits piss missiles, dude. Do you ever see...
He don't get cheated, that's for sure.
Do you ever see Basayo get a base hit that's not 111 miles an hour off the bat?
No, he don't get cheated. He takes some daddy hacks. And it doesn't even look like it either. Like, it's just an effortless, smooth swing, and he just finds the barrel every single time.
Dude, he's gonna be that dude. He's just gonna be that dude. I know it. And like, I just want Ward. I think Ward is a much more productive hitter for you if you get him out of the 1 or 2 hole.
Yeah.
If you put him down into a run producing role, because I think that Ward is a chameleon. I think that he adjusts his offensive approach based on where he's hitting in the order. And
he's a professional hitter. He's been doing it for what, 8 years?
Exactly. I think that he says, you want me hitting one or two. I'm going to take baseballs the other way. I'm going to
Yeah.
hit a lot of doubles. I'm going to take a lot of pitches, work a lot of at bats. You bat me 3, 4, 5. You're telling me you want me to drive in runs. My average is going to go down. I'll still walk a ton, and I'm going to hit the ball out of the ballpark. I guarantee you, if you move Ward down to the 3, 4, or 5 hole, that all of a sudden you see his power numbers go through the roof. Guaranteed. There's not a doubt in my mind. I want elite at bats at the top with a little bit of speed, and you can get that. You get that from Ward without the speed. But I would much rather have Ward with the power bat that he has, batting in a run producing role, and give me two guys who have really good eyes at the plate in Adley and Holliday, and bat them 1-2.
Yeah.
And then you have Gunnar hitting third, and now he's protected by Alonso and Ward. Who do you pitch to? Because they're not all just suddenly going to suck. You've got to pitch to them. If you've got guys on base, somebody's got to get pitched to. I think it just makes your lineup that much better. And then you're willing to take Mayo and Kowser at the bottom of your order because
if they run into one, great.
Yeah, and I think that you score more runs early.
Yeah,
moving those guys down.
Yeah, well, maybe take a little bit of pressure off Pete too. Yeah. Put Pete in the 5 hole for all I care.
Yeah,
right. If he's feeling some kind of pressure in the 3 hole or something, like whatever. I mean, I think Pete takes some decent at bats at times, but other times I feel like he gives himself up and swings the ball away. Like the slider away there, he popped up. That wasn't a good pitch.
Dude, when he was ahead 2-0 and he swung at that pitch on the inside corner that he had no chance to get extension on, it's like, dude, what are you swinging at? That's the pitch you swing at 2-0. Like
that's
not
just literally trying too hard.
Yeah, like that pitch, you have no shot of doing anything with that baseball. You made up your mind before that pitch got thrown that you were swinging 2-0. Yeah. That's what that was. Man, I just look. It makes it sound like I'm trying to be an armchair manager here. I think you have multiple guys in your lineup that can bat leadoff for you that allow you to put Gunnar in the 3 hole and allow you to put Ward in the 4 or 5 hole. And I think that Ward is a perfect 5-hitter on this ball club. And then it allows you to have... Then you have Basayo who can hit 6 with less pressure. I don't know. They're not going to listen to me. It's not going to happen. But I will tell you that if Holliday continues to put up the at-bats that I've seen him put up since he's come back, he's going to force their hand. And they're going to move him up in the order. And I don't mean 7th or 6th. I mean top third.
When do you think the computer allows it?
Jesus, bro, never.
I mean, it did it the whole season last year, right?
I don't know. That's a great point, Laura. Aren't we all armchair managers, Paul? I think that's the definition of being a fan, is being an armchair manager,
especially in today's game.
Yeah, legitimately. There's no way that this wouldn't be better, that this would give a better result. Meanwhile, I'm sitting in the basement of my house doing a show, and these guys are getting paid $4 million to manage a ball club.
Yeah.
Today's show also brought to you by County Sports Zone. We're well into spring sports season at the high school level. Remember that all year long you can find score schedules and updates for every sport and every school all throughout the state at countysports.zone. Countysports.zone is proudly sponsored by your local Toyota dealer and by a Toyota.com.
Don't forget to like the streams, guys. Both of them on Pressbox Sports and Pigtown Sports. We appreciate it. It helps YouTube push it out. I want to read a comment here from O's Baseball. I think we've seen this version of the lineup doesn't produce. Hello? Yeah.
Yeah.
When is somebody else going to see it?
Yeah. And that's the other thing, man. I said back Gunnar leadoff and Alonso second. How many games do you think you're going to start 2-0? How many games have they started 2-0 this year? Like 1, 2?
Yeah.
Have they scored more than 1 run in the first inning more than twice? I think it was back-to-back games against the Marlins where they scored 3 runs in the first inning. And other than that,
that might be it.
I know that they scored a run early in the year in the first inning. I don't think that I'd be shocked if they've scored more than 12 to 15 runs in the first inning this year.
I'm gonna see if I can find it. It might take me a couple minutes, but
yeah, I would be absolutely.
I mean, they only averaged 1.57 in the first 4, So if they do, it ain't very often.
Paul and Zach can run this team better than Elias and Mydell. I don't
know if we go that far.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far, but I don't think it's that hard to say, hey, these are our best players. Let me play them every day.
Yeah.
That's not difficult. Brandon Hyde
we like
that.
the vote of confidence, but these guys have been around baseball for a pretty long time, and they've been successful in St. Louis, and they've been successful in Houston. So I would probably give them the nod over me, to be honest with you. They know how to pick the phone up and work a trade and stuff like that, and they know how to look at draft prospect. There's a whole big thing more than just creating a lineup. They would probably be better.
I do firmly believe that Zach and I should be given a baseball show on a weekly on a daily basis and paid handsomely for it. I would be down with that too. Give us an everyday show and pay us handsomely for it. I'm good with that.
If I can retire, that'd be great.
Yeah. At this point, I'm wondering what we're going to get for Ward at the trade deadline.
Ward's going to have a good return, real good return, because everybody needs a power hitting right field. Well, here we go again with the power hitting thing.
They know that he can hit for power, though.
Yes.
We all know that he can do. So here's the thing: nobody asked him. I'm going to say it's a great question. I'm about to ask: is Ward more likely an extension candidate or a trade candidate?
Trade.
You think so?
1,000%. If this was a winning ball club, yes, he's an extension candidate.
Yeah.
But at this point, he's Ramon Laureano. He's going to fetch you something pretty decent.
Dude, I have got to be perfectly honest with you. I, at no point after Pete Alonso signed, thought we'd be having this conversation.
I don't think many of us did.
At no point did I think that I'd be sitting here on a late May show with you talking about how bad the Orioles are and is one of their best players getting traded or getting extended.
Yeah. Sad, isn't it?
Paul and Zach, you can learn those skills. I worked for the Rays in corporate partnerships, but would always drift over to baseball ops to learn. Hey, look, man. Sorry. Look, lady. I would love to learn how to run a front office. I would love to. I would love to learn how to run a front office. I would love to manage a ball game. Baseball is my first love. I would love to do it for a living. I tried it, and it just wasn't enough to put food on the table.
Yeah,
so
that's why I haven't gotten into it.
Yeah, I've been there. I was well on my way to doing it, but I was up for a producer role when I first started at a radio station, and they paid $30,000 a year.
Ugh.
Yeah. Blech. So yeah, it's just. And weren't you the one telling me that major league hitting coaches make $75,000 tops?
No.
I looked it up. I did look it up. How much do
I know minor
league
league
coaches?
guys are right around 40 or 50, and that was back then, so it might be a little higher now.
But I don't think that. I think that the top big league hitting coaches barely make six figures.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Look it up, man. I'm telling you. I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna look it up right now. How much does?
I would think they would at least make the top guys would at least make $1 million.
I thought the same thing. Okay. The average MLB hitting coach makes an estimated annual salary between $150,000 and $350,000. Okay, that's kind of what I expected. I'm telling you, I looked it up.
$350 would be more in line with it. I feel like.
I'm telling you, I looked it up at some point in the last year, and it said $67,000 was the average salary.
Yeah. Ugh.
Maybe it was thinking minor leagues.
Minor leagues, I definitely would believe that.
That makes more sense because you got to be away from your family and traveling basically from February to October. You got to
think about it. Yeah, but you think about it from February to October, so it's not a full year either. And if you're making $350, that's not terrible.
Yeah. Laura, here's the thing. She said corporate partnerships didn't pay. This is not. Pressbox takes care of me. Pressbox is always taking care of me. I don't necessarily mean financially. They've been good to me. So this has nothing about Pressbox. But from my experience working at other sports media outlets, sports is a very overly saturated field, and a lot of people.
Everybody can do it.
Everybody wants to do it. Everybody can do it. You don't need to go to school to do it. You just got to know what you're talking about when it comes to sports. And the thing is, a lot of people think that it's glamorous. They think they're like, oh, you work in sports. And they think about all the monster salaries that players make, and they think that you must make a good living. One, you're expected to work when nobody else wants to. Yeah. Two, they don't pay you very well because they can find, if you aren't willing to do it, they will find somebody else who's willing to do it just for the experience. It will take pennies on the dollar. It is a highly oversaturated field. It is very, and that's why you see guys like Zach and I. We do this because we love it. Mm-hmm. We do this because we love it. If we did this and depended on this to pay to help us raise and support our family, that's why we have other jobs.
Yes.
That's 100% why we have other jobs, because we wouldn't be able to survive. Doing this stuff for a living, you can get to the top of the mountain like a Ken Rosenthal or a Jim Nance. It takes a really, really long time of eating shit. Mm-hmm. Like a really long time of eating shit. And when Zach and I got started in this, we were both already in our 30s. We don't have the time to do that.
Yeah.
It's something you got to start doing basically in high school and do it through college. Then you get out of college and you take whatever job you can get and you work your way up until you become the best of the best. It takes 20, maybe 30 years sometimes to do it.
Yep.
Unless you're Bob Costas or Jim Nance, And that's my soapbox about why working in sports didn't work out. Not because I couldn't do it, but because I wasn't willing to do it. What else you want to talk about now that I've talked about that?
I'm still looking for this innings thing. But I did find that the Orioles are only hitting 220 in the first inning all year with only 19 RBIs.
Yeah, what are they hitting overall on the year? Probably like 240?
If that, yeah.
Yeah. Somebody asked me, like, what does the average big leaguer hit right now? What's the average big league batting average right now? Because I was talking about how Adley's batting average...
I would say probably 235.
Yeah. I was talking about how Adley's... I was like, I didn't realize Adley's average had dropped to 267.
Yeah.
And I was like, and the guy was like, well, I mean, it's probably way better than the average major leaguer. I was like, you know what? Yeah. You're right. It's like 35 points higher than the average major league hitter. Mm-hmm. And I also think it was not hilarious, but very interesting. And this happens a lot, that they were talking on the broadcast when Adley was batting in the 8th inning, I think as the tying run, or he would have been, if he got on base, the tying run would have come to the plate.
Yeah.
And it was 3-2, and they were saying, Adley has not chased a pitch out of the strike zone all series, and then he swung out on a pitch that was he struck out on a pitch that was like a foot and a half below the zone. Like, I just thought it was kind of ironic that happened.
Yep.
Because that always happens. Today's show also brought to you by Leading Edge Auto Body. Your car is more than just a ride; it's an investment. At Leading Edge Auto Body in Mount Washington, customer satisfaction comes first. Their team holds the highest honors in the industry, including ASE Master, iCar Platinum, and specialized aluminum certifications. And they make it easy with free towing, pickup, and delivery. To find out more, simply head over to leadingedautobody.com.
I'm interested to see what the no, I can't find it. I'm interested to see what the Orioles do in games since 2024 in 60 degrees. Let's see, find teams with the most games, combined seasons. Let's do that. So 60 degrees or less, which was today. Mm-hmm. They are 22 and 21. So today now they'll be 23 and 22. Coming into the game, they were a 234 hitting team with a 677 OPS. They've played 43 games. They have 39 home runs, 171 RBIs. What would that equal out in runs per game? What is it? What did I say? 43 games? Nope, that's not right. 43. 3.97 runs a game. So 4 runs a game, which I think is okay. 369 Ks. Wow. So that's averaging 9 strikeouts a game. That's
9 strikeouts a game.
Yeah.
When it's 60 degrees
60
or more?
degrees or lower. Lower.
Wow.
60 degrees or lower. Which, like we talked about in the beginning of the show, what is most playoff games? Pretty close to 60 degrees, right?
Yeah. Here we go. The Orioles in the first inning this year have scored 19 runs.
Yeah, I said that earlier.
Oh, you
overall.
Did? I thought I thought that's what you were looking for.
Oh no, I said that, but I was saying like how many times I was looking for how many times they scored 2 or more in the first inning. That for some reason I can't find that.
Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha. I could find that. I would just have to go game by game.
it would take a while.
Yeah, I'm not willing to do
Yeah.
that on the show. There's times where I've done stuff like that when I'm just bored and I think about something. I didn't hear you say the 19 part. I thought you were
Yeah.
just looking for. I was like, oh, I'll just go to Baseball Reference.
No, they were 220 hitter or 224 with 19 RBIs in the first inning. It was terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. 50 some strikeouts. Terrible.
When's Mountcastle get back? That's a major league hitter if I've ever seen one. Great back control too. Could get a base hit in a big spot. Where's he
I don't
going to
even
play?
know. He had like a hamstring tear or something, didn't he?
No, he broke his foot.
That's what. No, was it? Was that
Last
year?
Last year, when he was scoring on a double or something like that, he slid into home and tore his hamstring. This year, it was running out of
That's right. Running
a single
second.
into a double, and he broke his foot. I think he's still out for like, I'd imagine 3 to 5 more weeks minimum.
Yeah.
Jackson, I don't know, man. I don't know. Especially if you get rid of Tyler O'Neill, you can find a way to play Mountcastle a lot more.
Yeah.
And
I mean, they chose to keep him for a reason.
And if you have Ryan Mountcastle batting 7th, I'd take Ryan Mountcastle batting 7th. I do believe he's a big league hitter. Even if the power's sapped, I believe he's a big league hitter.
Yeah.
And he can hit the ball behind the runner. If there's a runner on first, he can hit the ball behind the runner. I've always been a Ryan Mountcastle fan. We were talking about Pete Alonso swinging 2-0 with that pitch on the inside corner that he had no chance to do anything with. I've seen Ryan Mountcastle take that pitch and hit it 420 feet.
Yeah.
You know, like, not saying that he's a better hitter than Pete Alonso. I just think that Ryan Mountcastle has a big league bat, and I think a lot of his issues, one, I know it was the wall. I think the wall freaked him out. And then after that, I just think he hasn't been able to stay healthy.
Yep.
You know, and if
nobody has.
If like the one year he was out for 6 weeks with vertigo, then the next year it's the hamstring, and then this year it's the broken foot. I think if Ryan Mountcastle plays 140 games, I think he hits 270 plus, and I think he probably hits 15 home runs and drives an 80 on a good ball club, which is crazy because I know he has the ability to hit 30 plus home runs because he can drive the ball out to all parts of the field. That wall just got in his head, and I think that he stopped trying to be a power hitter and started trying to just be a better all-around hitter.
Yeah.
He's going to get in those funks where he chases that slider in the other batter's box, but I mean, Adam Jones made a hell of a career out of doing the same damn thing.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the sliders are hard to hit.
Yeah.
They're hard to hit, and they look like a fastball, and all of a sudden they just run away from you. So I mean, they're gonna their swings are gonna happen. Yeah, I mean, he drives the ball to right field a lot, and they had pretty decent runners in scoring position numbers, but that's where we are at this point, is waiting for Ryan Mountcastle to come back.
I like Ryan Mountcastle. I really.
I thought he was good for the team.
Yeah, and he gets along really well with the team. And again, big league hitter, just not a lot of power. Not the power that we were expecting, but he plays a damn good first base. You know, and I don't think that the play that Alonso was unable to make in Game 1 today, I don't think that happens with Ryan Mountcastle.
Yeah.
I think Mountcastle just catches it and takes the out. You know? Yeah. But, all right, that's going to do it for us here on the Bat Around tonight. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Without you, we don't have a show. Thank you to everybody that tunes in, that likes, that subscribes, that interacts with us every show. Without you, we 100% do not have a show. And thank you. There's a few people that tune into the show that I know for a fact in the past have not liked me very much, but I appreciate you getting over your disdain for me to tune into the show. It means a lot that you're still tuning in. I know it's probably mostly for Zach, but I do appreciate you tuning into the show. Thank you so much for that. Until next week,